Hi everyone, my name is Beth. I'm a librarian at the Weinberg Library in Mequon. Today I'm here to talk to you about a free library database that you can access with your Weinberg Library card, and that is Rosetta Stone. So we have a subscription to Rosetta Stone that allows you to access basically the beginning level of about 20 different languages. So that is sort of the 101 coverage of like the basics of each language, how to speak it, how to write it, how to read it. So today I'm going to show you how to access this service, and then I'll talk a little bit about how to use it once you're all signed in. As always, there is a handout linked in the description below, so please feel free to take a look at it, and my contact information is there if you have any questions. To start off accessing Rosetta Stone, you'll first want to go to our website, flwlib.org, or if you Google Frank L. Weinberg Library, we should come up as the first result. You're going to mouse over e-services near the top of the screen, and that opens up this menu. And if we scroll down just a little bit, under digital services, we can click on Rosetta Stone right here in this list. That takes us to a page with a description of Rosetta Stone, and then you can click on Access Rosetta Stone Now to continue. Now I'm being prompted to enter my library card number, which I'll do, and then I'm going to click Sign In. Now I've been taken to this page where I'm being asked to select a resource, and I can see Rosetta Stone is the second option here, so I'll go ahead and click on it. And now this is the Rosetta Stone Sign In page. So, like it says here, if this is our first time using it, we would put our email address in the username field. Then we'll put any password that we choose into this password field. And it does prompt us to enter at least 6 letters plus at least 1 number. Then we'll choose our language to learn and click Sign In. Once you put in your email address, your password, and you've chosen a language this first time, anytime you come back to this screen, you would put in the same email, the same password, and you can choose the same language or a different language, and you'll be able to sign in no problem. And then it'll remember as you move through each language where you left off in the various lessons and the various courses. I do already have a Rosetta Stone account, so I'm going to sign in. Then I'm going to click on this Choose a Language to Learn drop-down menu, and you can see there's a lot to choose from. There should be about 20 in this list. And just because I choose one in particular today doesn't mean that I'm stuck with it, right? I could start with Filipino this time and then come back another time and work on Indonesian or Persian or any of these other languages. And like I said, Rosetta Stone will remember where you are in each of these languages as you go through. I'm going to say let's do Vietnamese. So I'm going to choose Vietnamese and then I'll say Sign In. And then the very last thing I want to do to actually get into the learning section is to click on Launch Rosetta Stone Foundations. So, since this is my first time jumping into Vietnamese, I'm being prompted to select a course. And whatever course I choose will determine which lessons and units I am exposed to. So you can kind of read the descriptions for each kind of course and decide based on your previous experience with the language what sounds right to you. So if you've had some experience with Vietnamese, you might choose the extended. You might choose a reading and writing focus if you're pretty good speaking it, but you need to get brushed up on reading and writing and that sort of thing. If you don't really know what you want to choose, or if you're just starting out, I would choose standard. So I am going to do that now. I'm going to click this little button to say standard, and then I'll say apply changes. And now I'm at the lesson section. And I can see I've begun at Unit 1, Lesson 1, and there are 4 different parts to this particular lesson. So if I just wanted to start off right where Rosetta Stone starts me, I could say start. And then it'll take me through each of these lessons and then through multiple units. Most courses have 4 or 5 units to them. And then once I reach the very end, I'll be told, sorry, you can't continue any further, but hopefully I'll have gotten a foundation in this particular language. I can click on any of these lessons to skip around within the unit. So I could click on lesson 3 and then click start next to the core lesson, or start next to the speaking practice, or start next to the vocabulary practice, and jump ahead if I feel like I already have lesson 1 and lesson 2 under my belt. I can also switch between units by clicking Show Menu and then clicking on any of these units like Unit 3. And then the same thing, I can start with Lesson 1 or I can jump around to other lessons and just click Start beside any of the sections to decide where I want to start from. Up in the right-hand corner, I can see my email address. I can also see that I'm currently learning Vietnamese. If I wanted to switch to a different language, I would have to mouse over my email address here and then click sign out. And then I have to go back through all the different steps of going to our website, clicking on the various links, putting in our library card, signing in, and when I sign in, I can choose a new language. And again, Rosetta Stone will remember where I've left off in Vietnamese while I go into that other language. It'll also remember the course that I chose, so I won't have to choose the standard course versus the reading and writing course versus the extended course every single time. It'll just know that that's where I am. If you'd like to change the course that you're working on, either because you finished this particular course and you'd like to change to something more advanced, or because you realize this is a little much for me or this is not enough for me, you can click on the little gear icon up in the top right corner to access your settings. Now, right off the bat, the settings menu opens up to the audio section. So these are the settings that you'd use to adjust the speech recognition features in Rosetta Stone. So there are built-in parts of Rosetta Stone where you're going to be prompted to pronounce certain words or sentences, and then Rosetta Stone will judge how well you do that. If you find that Rosetta Stone is having difficulty understanding you, you might go into these audio settings and say, by the way, I'm an adult male or an adult female or a child, various different settings in this menu. To change your course, you would click on Course, and then right down here where it says Your Course, it tells me I've already got Standard selected. I can click on Change Your Course Settings and then switch to any of these other courses. So I could say Extended with Reading Intro, for example, and then Apply Changes, and that would switch me over to the new course. So let's see what that looks like just as an example. So I'll say Extended with Reading Intro and then Apply Changes, and it's letting me know this is going to add and remove some things from your current course. And I'll say, yes, I'm ready for that to happen. Now I'll click the X to get out of here. And I can see I have a bunch more sections here under Lesson 4 of the Work and School unit. And if I show the menu, I still have 4 units, but let's go back to Language Basics. Now I've got a reading and writing section, I've got a grammar section. Under Lesson 2, I have listening and reading. So you can jump around within courses to get a more advanced or a more basic grasp of whatever language you're working on. And then again, when you're all done for the day and you're ready to sign out, you just mouse over your email address at the top of the screen and say sign out. And you'll get taken to this screen, and that means you are all set. Now, this is a useful screen to look at too, because if you have any trouble getting into Rosetta Stone or using the service, we librarians are actually not necessarily the ones you want to talk to. So we can help you sign in, we can help you get to the Rosetta Stone site, but if you get to the Rosetta Stone site and you try to log in and you get an error message, or you're trying to get into your learning courses and you're getting error messages or seeing weird things happen, the people you want to talk to are actually Rosetta Stone directly. So you can call them at this support number. You can also submit an email form, or you can email them at support@ebsco.com and say, I'm working on using Rosetta Stone through my library. It's not working for some reason. Can you tell me what I can do? Again, this is only if you're experiencing some kind of error message. If it's just a question of, well, how do I get to it? That you can give us a call about or email us about, and we'll give you a hand. And that is it. That is the whole Rosetta Stone spiel. So, as always, the handout is linked in the description below. My contact information is in there. Feel free to get in touch with me if you have other questions. I will see you back here on Friday, June 4th at 3 o'clock p.m. We'll be going over smartphone basics. See you then.